Hello everyone, and welcome back to the FE12 map tier list. Some of you last time liked the new editing style, some of you didn't, so I'm just gonna keep it for now and maybe go back next week if I get more responses this week. But with that being said, remember to like, comment, and subscribe or I'll kill you. So there's that. And with that, let's get into it. So you may notice there are none of the prologues on this tier list. I think they're all shit. And I think you should be able to skip them on repeat playthroughs like you can with Lin mode. You know, I don't like FE7 a lot, but that's definitely one thing it did right. You can skip the tutorial after the first time you play the game. And, like, replaying FE12, I don't even like doing it that much because, like with Shadow Dragon, like, some people say New Mystery is just Shadow Dragon but better. I disagree on some fronts. I like Shadow Dragon more personally. Part of the fun of Shadow Dragon for me is that it's like, okay, right, I just pop it in, I hit new game, chapter 1, and then it's only like a 12 to 10 hour RPG, where like if you want to play an RPG like Earthbound or something, it's going to take like 30 or 40 hours, but with Shadow Dragon, you know, quick little adventure. This game is quite the opposite of that. So, I don't think the games are worth comparing directly, since even though they're remakes in the same engine, the way they go about their business is quite different, despite sharing a lot of the maps. But yeah, the prologues, I think they're all shit. They're just small little maps. A lot of them are just frustrating to reset, and you have to do them exactly the right way. There's like no room for experimentation, especially like the 8th one where Katarina betrays you, and it's like the axe guys just like two-shot your guys, and it's like, Jesus Christ, this is the fucking tutorial. Why is it such a chore? Alright, into Chapter 1. I think Chapter 1's alright. In the original, I will be judging this based on the Maniac difficulty, since that's the highest difficulty I've beaten it on. I will be commenting on some Lunatic changes for some maps. I did make it like 6 chapters into Lunatic before I quit, because I thought it was too hard. So I don't know. You can put a lot of this, a lot of the quotes from this tier list on the Scrub Quotes Twitter if that's your thing, but pretty much. This map's okay. In the original FE3, it kind of taught you about forest terrain because you had to dismount. That's not a thing in this game, so they kind of change it. I mean, it's alright. You just kind of go, you fight the thieves, you go, you talk to the guy, he blows up. There's not really too much strategizing involved. I mean, it's okay. This map has a cool gimmick where the boss kind of moves and comes for you, so that's pretty scary, since your only real hopes against him are Gordon and Ryan, unless you reclassed other people into hunters or archers. Or Aaron into a sniper, which I think you're supposed to do on the next chapter, but again, like, it's just kind of a big open field. I guess it's kind of cool how you could just kind of, you can go for the thief, that's a fun side objectives, but really only Katria can go for that. Well, no, you could have Ghost Guy off the left. Yeah, I mean, it's alright. There are multiple ways to go about it. You can go left, you can go right. I don't really know if it's good, though. Like, when I think of fun times I have playing FE12, it's not really related to this map. It's better than Chapter 1, though. Alright, this map. This map is, one of the ones they turn to when they call FE12 a shit game. Chapter 3, of course it has my Lord and Savior Mathis on it. One thing I don't like about the transition from FE12 to FE3 is that going down the bridge in the middle used to be a viable option. Now it's just not, because the Draco Knights are immediately aggressive, and there are more of them. It used to be that they only activated their aggressiveness if you went on the shop, the middle mountain ones, but now they're just completely aggressive all the time. Like, in general, I think this game is a massive step up over FE3. FE3 is kind of a... I don't know if I said massive step... This map is a massive step up. I meant this game is a massive step up from FE3. Because FE3 can just be kind of boring with its, like, lack of difficulty and kind of basic maps. Again, I think the DS remake's improved on almost every front. But this one, it kind of just sucks the soul out of the map a bit. Kinda. Like, you don't really get a demonstration of Paula being badass, because since it's a much harder game, the Cavalier's just two-shot her. It's just much more frustrating because due to the change to Draco Knight AI, you have to go all the way around or face death. Because they're aggressive, you have to fight the Draco Knights in really, really annoying positions, because by the time you get over to the house where you get, like, the bridge here, like, board, their AI will activate and start coming over here, and then they're, like, on the lake, so you can't really get to them, compared to this forest map, where even though they were aggressive Draco Knights, you could deal with them still on kind of even ground. In this map, it's just incredibly frustrating. And then, yeah, it's just, again, I think this game in general is an improvement over FE3 in many, many, many ways. But this map is just kind of got the soul sucked out of it in the remake, and it's just not very fun to play. It's just kind of long and boring. Alright. Next we have the chapter where you get Riz. I mean, this one is kind of... I'd say this one is kind of fun. You have a fun little objective where you have to get to Riz on time because the reinforcements spawn on, like, turn 4, and you have to leave guys behind on the forts. I mean, it's kind of a basic map. You kind of just walk in a straight line, but there are routes to take. The reinforcements end after, like, turn 8 or 10, I think. So, you know, it's not too overwhelming. It's just a fun little time where you try to get Riz in time and then manage. Because you only have a small amount of deployment slots, so you gotta manage who's blocking the forts, actually. Or maybe just ignore the reinforcements and be super aggressive. I think this is actually a pretty fun map. It's fun. I mean, it only takes like 30 seconds to beat it, because like it's an FE12 guidance chapter, you know, these maps aren't exactly known for their length. But I think out of all of them, this one is probably one of the most fun ones. Chapter 4 is one, again, I don't know how I feel about it in the FE12 remake, because, again, in the original, you could kind of have Camus and Ogma show off their power by doing stuff, and I think in this game, it's just kind of annoying to keep them alive, because you're pretty much forced to use a rescue staff to keep them alive, because like, on Maniac and up, Camus gets 2-shot, Ogma just fucking evaporates, and of course there's Ubello and Yuna, who, even in FE3, I'm pretty sure just fucking evaporated, so now they deal with actual FE12 enemies, so now they double evaporate, so there's that. And it's just kind of annoying. Again, I feel like the soul kind of gets sucked out of it a bit. Like, I feel like they definitely should have made, like... Because if you recruit Camus on turn 1, Ogma just gets fucking obliterated unless you rescue him back into range, and then you're, like, pretty much forced to use a rescue staff, which is a very valuable resource in this game. And, I don't know, I just feel like, you know how in FE11, right? I feel like FE11 was a bit more... it was more smart with its recruits, in a way. Because, like, say the Wolfpack chapter, you get to the Wolfpack, and they're in their own little area. Sure, they're weak as shit. Sure, Violent is gonna get one-rounded, but you have the opportunity to keep them alive with clever positioning and maybe luring some more enemies over to fight your guys, but that's more risky because then more enemies are fighting your main army. And because of the choke points on the mountains and stuff, maybe Wolf and Sedgar can ship some guys through the mountains. And I think that's just a really well-designed recruitment. Sure, the prison chapter on Hard 5, you pretty much have to warp if you want to keep Massillon and Dolph alive. But you're not really missing out on Massillon and Dolph. In this, you are missing out. I'm just going, you are capital M missing out if you don't get Camus or Ogma. So, like, I don't know. I just think they should have, if they're gonna remake it and make the enemies much harder, they should have, like, put Sirius one tile above, so you just don't get shit on immediately. Or, alternatively, you get a Master Seal in Chapter 3, so you could just get General Chris and do that. But either way, you're pretty much forced to expend a rescue if you want to keep them alive, and I just think that's kind of annoying. Other than that, the map is fine. Like, I guess, yeah, it's a fun map. You gotta manage the reinforcements. Keeping Yumina and Ubello alive is a fun objective in theory. It's just that in this game, I just think they should have made the enemies a bit weaker by Camus, maybe. Because, like, it's just kind of... Because, like, in the FE3, you get the feeling of, oh my god, this super badass unit just joined me. He's killing everything. And then, it's just not very good. Because Sirius just gets 2 shots. Sirius is still a very good unit, but I don't know, man. Again, these 2 maps in particular, like, I feel like the rest of the maps are far, far better. But I feel like in the beginning of the game, it just leaves a really bad impression, for me personally, about And again, I don't even like FE3 that much. I think this game, like I said, is far better than FE3, but these two maps in particular, like, I'll leave it at the bottom of map, like, that one thing isn't enough to completely take me off. It's not a complete and total fucking travesty like this map is with the Draco Knights. But this, I mean, yeah, it's just little changes that kind of ruin these maps for me. Now we're finally on to a really good map, the first really good map, Mathis Tier, True Kino. This map, it's really fun. There are fun ways to play it. I know on Lunatic they move Rickard so you can't get him in one turn, but that's kind of a fun change, forces you to be a bit more aggressive. There are multiple routes to take. You can go down here and try to seize immediately, but what you really want to do is go up here and get the Hammer and Staff, but that's kind of tricky because there are Draco Knights overlapping in range right here, and there's a Thief going there, but also if you go up here, the Cavaliers are going to fight you, and ooh, those Cavaliers, you don't get a Rider's Bane by this point. You can forge a Wing Spear, but that's about it, and I don't think Seda is as good in this game as she is in FE11. Like, she's still pretty good, definitely. Dual effectiveness is great, but still, I'm not sure she's going to be living enemy attacks that much compared. Well, in FE11 she gets two-shotted anyway, but in FE12 the enemies are so strong that they might just one-shot her. I am unsure. Because I've really never used her. And then, ooh, you can mess with George, guys, if you want to get a Fortify early. Ooh, I actually know it's a Physic. But, ooh, you can go into that. I feel like this is kind of ruined on Lunatic, because your space is much more confined into a little hallway when George just fucking has his range changed to a specific area where you can choose to mess with them if you want, into the literal entire northeastern area. That's kind of cancer. But, like, I actually quit playing this game on Lunatic when I got to this part because I just didn't feel like playing it anymore. Like, for me, there's a boundary where it's too hard. Like, for me, Conquest and, like, Binding... Well, Conquest kind of strikes the perfect balance for me where it's just hard enough where I'm compelled to think of good strategies and do good stuff. But with this game, it's just like, yeah, no, I don't even fucking care at this point. Luckily, I'm judging this based on their Maniac difficulties mostly, so... Hey, I don't give a shit about what George is like on Lunatic. I just thought it was worth bringing up. Yeah, and then you get this chapter. I think this one is another one that's pretty good. You get Rickard on this map if you don't recruit him on the last map, but I never really messed with that. But what you do is, there are multiple routes to take. You can get Samto. I think the reinforcements are well utilized because they force you to rush. The swarm enemies are actually smartly placed because they're in the range of the chest, so you have to like carefully navigate your thief or go kill them first, so there are multiple ways to do that. You can choose to fight the reinforcements, which is deadly, but you get EXP and stuff, obviously. Or you can choose to go up here, and then it has a little fun confrontation with Lang, who's been a pain in your ass the whole time, so... yeah, I think this is actually another really good map. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. The reinforcements aren't so tough that you can't not fight them, per se, but they're deadly enough as to where maybe you don't want to fight them. I think it strikes a good balance there. I actually don't remember if this map has reinforcements. I don't think it does, but this one does. And, yeah, it's just a fun little thing. In FE3, it's not too hard to load out the armor room, guys, but in this one, you really have to think about it. Yeah, it's a good time. Good time. Good map. Good map. I don't know if I like it more than this one, though. Yeah, I'd say they're both... yeah, they're both... yeah, they're even. And then you get to the red and the Caesar map, and... you just kind of beat it in one turn, so... whatever. Really, there's not much to say about it. You go, you fight Legion. I think Legion is tragic in this game, because if I'm being honest with you, Legion is, like, my favorite guy. Like, I have him plus 10 in Fire Emblem Heroes. I love the mask. I love his multiple personality disorder where he goes, no. I always make sure to read the Forging Bonds when he's in them. But in the game, he's just like, oh, kill him in one turn in both of his appearances, and it's just... I gotta do my boy Legion like this, man. He's such a funny guy in Heroes. I love, like, I made that availability the other day, and that availability video the other day about Heroes, where it's like, ooh, Luke got me to play FE12. Not gonna lie to you, Legion is based as well. Love me some Legion. If they ever make new Mystery of the Emblem, my boy Legion's maps better not be fucking cuckold maps, I tell you what. Actually, you know what, this map is cuckold. I was gonna rate it a meh map, because you just kind of do nothing, it's just like you click one button and it's over. But now this map is fucking cuckold tier, because it messes with my boy Legion, it makes him look like a little bitch. Fuck you, game. No one does my mans like that. This is another one that I think is pretty good. Well, I know. I think, actually, nah, it's meh. I'll put it at the top of meh, because I think an idea, it's fun, but an execution, just making the entire map a forest tile, just kind of slows it down to a grinding halt. I mean, in FE12, actually in FE12 you can just reclass a bunch of your guys to flyers. Yeah, I think you get like 2 or 3 Master Seals by this point, so it's not too big of an ordeal. But yeah, keeping Fina alive can be fun, Navars, the whole thing. I think on Lunatic you might be actually forced to use rescue staff though, but I don't know. Maybe the physic you got if you risked it by fighting George can be used. But like, Astram's thing where he chases you is fun. Fighting the thieves to get to the treasure before they escape is fun, and it's deadly because the thieves' escape range is actually up this bridge into Astram's range, so I think that's fun. And then I think there's a little dragon over here you can fight to get a stat booster, so that's a fun little side objective. But it kind of takes you off course, so it's kind of like a risk thing, like, oh, I'm wasting time fighting the dragon. I think all of the other Astram escape maps are good. This is kind of the worst one, but I still think it's good enough to be in good tier, I guess. Like, this one is just done infinitely better. I actually think this map is really good. Maybe not as good as these maps, but like, yeah, it's really good. But actually, I'll put it above this one. I think it's better than this one, at least. The one where you fight Lang. It's really good because you're kind of forced to engage in Astram's army, in a sense, because the shard you need is down here, like a thief runs down here. And you kind of need to go into Astram's territory to get it, so you kind of have to like maneuver and weasel out of his range, so I think that's really good. And then you kind of get sandwiched in between like 2 unwinnable forces, like fucking Harden's up here, and then Astram's down here. Astram himself is a turd and he fucking sucks. I'm sure you all know my stance on Astram, but his heroes are pretty powerful. Honestly, by this point in the game, I'm pretty sure if you've trained Paula, like, at all, Astram just gets one-rounded by her, so you can get early Mercurius if you want, so hey. Hey! Little bonuses in life. And it's really good. It creates for really tense situations, because this is your first encounter with Harden, and he's just invincible, so it's kind of like a pseudo-escape map. Like, the escape objective wasn't introduced, technically, until FE5, but FE3 really introduced them. They're just in the form of Siege maps. Because, like, you're not, like, you have to escape Harden. There's no winning against him. If you fight Harden, you don't win. And I think that's really fun. And also, you kind of, can waste your time. You can waste time by recruiting Bantu. In FE12, like, do not recruit Bantu. Just go, just leave. But in FE3, it's actually a pretty good thing. Because Bantu's actually really good in FE3 because he has, like, he's really tanky. And he has a 1-2 range weapon that's Fire Breath, and it's ultra powerful, and it does true damage. I don't know why they didn't keep that for FE12, dude. Bantu is just so fucking shit in this game. But in FE3, at least, you kind of have to go right here, and then you waste more time getting Bantu, and then by the time you walk all the way back, like, these guys are probably already on the move, and you can risk it by fighting Harden's super ultra powerful enemies, which give you a combat manual, which is actually a really, really good item in Fire Emblem 12 specifically, because combat manuals are just so fucking good in this game, because weapon ranks really can make or break our unit. Like, I'm pretty sure there are some units in this game, like I've watched a Lunatic LTC once, and I'm pretty sure some units, despite their stats, are pretty much just made or broken by their weapon ranks. So very, very engaging map. I'd say it's a bit better in some ways. Like, in Fire Emblem 3, it doesn't really matter because Paula just like one-rounds all the heroes, so who cares? But in FE3, Bantu's actually kind of a good unit, so you might want to go out of your way to get him. It's just like, you know, yeah, I'd still say the tensity of the map is still done overall better in this game. This map, despite being a desert map, I think it's pretty good. Astram creates a threatening thing, because you're in a desert, and since they're all promoted heroes that can rock across rivers and stuff, they probably have higher desert movement than your fucking little one-move shitty archer Gordon. And you can do interesting things with that. You can go around here and kind of lure them around with a flyer, like have a flyer go into the water and fly around, that's fun. Getting to Minerva before that thief is done, it's pretty funny, it puts pressure on you. You can get the treasure with Julian, you can go this way, you can go that way. Flyers have fun on this map, but because there are more little splotches of sand, your other units can move more freely. I think it's a really good desert map, actually. I think this is a really fun desert map. Again, the Astram Saga, probably the most fun part of FE12, if I'm being honest. It's all downhill from here. So yeah, I hate Astram, but his saga is fun. Alright, this map, this is another map where I feel like, you know, I'm talking about how, oh, FE12 made these maps so much better because the enemies are actually pluff and blah blah blah, these other changes. This is another map where I'd put in the Camus map, Mathis map territory, where the soul was kind of sucked out of it a bit, because your goal was to get to, what's-his-head, whatever, stupid guy, I'm just gonna call him stupid guy, as soon as possible, because once you talked to him, everyone else would back off. And because they're their leader, so obviously they order him to retreat, because they're their leader. He's the reason they were attacking you in the first place. But in this game, you can just kind of talk to him and then the enemies still fight you, which I think is like, yeah, I get it's a difficulty thing. You wanted to make this game harder, but I feel like they could have done a compromise or something where, I don't know, some of them are Garneth loyalists and some of them are actually loyal to Stupid Guy. I don't know. Again, it's just one of those things where it kind of loses the soul, the intent of the map, and just kind of makes it less interesting overall. Like, Jesus, this game really is a trade-off sometimes. Like, and like, I don't know, maybe they did that. I don't know. Like, because it's easier to get him in this one, because you can just reclass Wendell into a Draco Knight and just go have him talk to Arlen on turn 2, and then that's it. And then that would be it, and then that would make for a very interesting map. They changed his AI so he doesn't really chase you anymore. If you're wondering why I'm comparing these maps so much to their FE3 counterparts, but I didn't compare them to their FE3 or FE1 counterparts in my Shadow Dragon video, they didn't really change that much in the maps, besides the ballistas having 10 range. Like, mechanically, it's just that the intrinsic engine changes, like reclassing and forging, and all the little changes they made make it more fun to me than that. In this game, they actually tried to go for actual changes, and I think the actual changes they made to the gameplay itself, well, geez, like, okay, there are two categories. There's, like, engine changes and gameplay intent changes. A change to the gameplay engine, the actual mechanics itself, that's reclassing. A change to the intent of the gameplay, how you're supposed to experience the map, that's what I'm talking about with Arlen, in case there's any confusion. So since FE11 was mostly just engine changes, I don't really feel like it's worth comparing their original maps to, but this is actual design intent change, and I just don't really think it hits here. Like, I guess, I don't know, I guess they were kind of stuck because of the Wendell Draco Knight thing, so either way they kind of screwed themselves on this one, and it just becomes kind of a boring map where you just kind of go around. Actually, you know what? Actually, fuck you, this map is going in Cuckold tier, because I just remembered on Lunatic, instead of giving a silver card, if for going through the effort of sparing the clerics, you get a fucking Volinary. And they remove the silent. Oh my god, FE12. Oh my god, FE12. I love this game so much, but I also hate this game so much. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, oh, it's the love of my life. But she kicks me in the balls every 12 seconds. And I think even on Maniac they remove the silent staff. So yeah, no, I don't think removing mechanics is a good idea. Like, nerf the silver card if you want. How about a bronze card? Like, don't completely remove the reward from these maps. That's just fucking asinine. And, this map's still lower, though, for cucking my boy Legion. Speaking of cucking my boy Legion, give a fast unit a sword, dance for them, on turn 1, kill Legion. FE12, not kind to my boy Legion, not kind to my boy Legion. What did he ever do to you, I ask? He's such a cool character, and you just give him the most beta male maps imaginable. What the hell, man? But yeah, not really worth discussing. It is a one-turn map like his other appearance. Alright. This map, I forgot what chapter we're on. I think this is 12. 12. I think it's a really good map. The FE12, I think I don't remember if they have 12 movement in FE3, but it's good. Like, it's kind of annoying because it's like this map where you have to fight them in uncool positions like on the lake, but that's only like the initial 3, and you can kind of lure them out. They're positioned in such a way where you can still fight them on ground where you can actually attack them, and you have dragon slaying weapons by this point, and other stuff, and effective weapons. In general, even though it shares some potential flaws with Chapter 3, I'd still say it's better overall. I think the ambush spawns are really well done. The save points are actually really smart on this map. I haven't talked about save points much at all. But here, right before the ambush spawns kick in, if you're playing at the pace you're supposed to, you have reached this point by then, where my mouse is, where the save point is. And in general, I'm not gonna call a game out on dickish, like, sure, like, if you're not saving at all or doing an Iron Man, the 12 movement dragon guys spawning across the bridge can be a bit annoying. But, like, normal people could just take advantage of the save point. So I think the reinforcements are fair in this. And it's good because it creates tense situations, because, oh god, these dragons are behind me and they're super powerful, and you have to go over here and waste your time to get the shard if you want the good ending. So again, the map design makes good use of the shards, like on this Astram map. Yeah, actually, this map is really good. The dragons are tough, going across a rickety old bridge. The aesthetic is really nice. Sure, you could say the map design is just a straight line, but there's terrain in the way to make it so you have choke points. And the reinforcements, I'd say, are well executed enough because they're behind you, but they're still scary because they have really high movement. And by the end, you are just really, really rushing to get to the dragon, so to the boss dragon, so you can just be like, oh my god, get me out of here, get me out of here. So I think that is, I think that's very good. I think it's very, very good. Put it above this Astram Desert map. This map, I'm gonna be honest, this map isn't just too memorable. The ice dragons just kind of come for you. There's a spiral, so you kind of gotta waste some time going around these bridges and stuff. You get Beck, so if you like Beck, hey. Oh, by the way, again, this is another example where it's FE12 is better than FE3, because in FE3, the dragons just have like 30 accuracy, so like the tenseness of the situation doesn't really exist, because it's just like, oh, what the fuck ever, who cares? Whatever, dragons are kind of massive pushovers in FE3, so that makes the whole Anari's Way saga a bit more exciting. And, this map, I mean, like, I guess getting to the treasure before the thieves is an objective. But, like, I don't know, I just don't really have much fun playing it. I mean, it's just kind of a map that exists. It is a map that exists. There's no real tense hurry up thing, you know, you're not really pressured to go quickly. Because I think the reinforcements that spawn when you enter the boss location, those are just area based, so you can just twiddle around, waste your time. And because of the spiral design of the map, it can be pretty annoying to navigate, but I don't think... yeah, I mean... The really only thing making it interesting is getting the shit before the thieves do, and that's like this map where you're trying to get the Lady Blade, so... Yeah, it's fine. Alright. Clarius's map, it's a Fog of War map, where it's pretty much just trial and error. Like, it's a small map, you can clear it in 3 turns, but there's like ballista and stuff, so they'll just snipe one of your guys. So the gimmick with this map is that you pretty much hit L plus R plus start on your Nintendo DS until you know where everything is, and then once you do know where everything is, it's not hard, you just kind of go kill Clarice, and that's it. But you do get a Delphi shield, so that's fun, I guess. It's okay, it's fine. This map, I think, is pretty... it's fun, I guess. This was my iconic General U Bellow moment for those who watched my FE12 PMU. That's a hell of a fucking playthrough, by the way. You should watch that. Many iconic memes spawned from that, by the way, from my channel. Like, if you're new to my channel and you're not caught up on my history and my lore, my channel lore, you're missing out on. You below! You below! And honestly, can you really be a true fan of this channel if you're not in on You below? You below! But that aside, I mean, it's alright. It's fun. Like, it's like, you kind of go up. Fighting the dragons and positioning is fun, because you kind of got to have a consistent wall of your guys. Because you got to fend off the dark mages from the side, and you got to fend off the penis dragons. Because in FE3 they look like penises. And you get a save right before the reinforcements spawn again, so that's pretty smart reinforcementing. I think the reinforcements can be a bit too tough though, but like maybe that encourages you to get the treasure quickly. Like the thing is, you're pretty much forced to fight the reinforcements, you can't outrun them, because if you want cheeky, you have to go over here with Marth, because only Marth can recruit her, and then you have to go over here, so you kind of have to loop around, you're kind of retreading territory, you're kind of backtracking. But I'd say it's pretty fun. I'm not putting it in the Mathis tier, but it's good. I'd say, yeah, it's around here. This map, there are ballistas where you spawn, and you have to keep being near them, because you have to cross this bridge, and you're still in range of them, and you're not really out of range of them until you're all the way over here. And then there's Est, who I think just straight up gets fucking murked on higher difficulties. I think you kind of have to use a rescue staff on her. Yeah, and again, it's just kind of like the map from FE11, but like, more frustrating. Like, I don't really have fun playing this map. It's kind of like actually, how many maps have we reused so far? Okay, this map actually plays much more differently than its FE11 counterpart, the Kadeen Desert map. And it's much more interesting, because of Ashram, and you have to go get Minerva, and there's so much stuff going on, compared to this map, where... Oh, and this map, again, this was another map in FE11. I put this map in the Mat tier in my FE11 tier list, and in this map, it's actually super, super great, because of the unit placements they changes, the story changes they made, Harden, all that. So you can redo a map in a sequel and have it still be good. I think they did it in Radiant Dawn when they reused the bridge map, but like with the pitfalls. God bless them for doing that. But in this map, it's just an example of, oh, it's the same map. This map just has the same exact gameplay flow, because, oh, there's a prisoner, Zane, Est, you gotta save him. Oh, there's a stat boosting, oh, well, actually, no, you don't get Samus and Aaron in this game. You get, wait, Samson, Aaron, Samus, Aaron, Samson, is that a fucking Metroid reference? Is that a fucking Metroid? Okay, no, that's it. Oh my god, I think, wait, what? No, it can't be. Well, Metroid came out like 6 years before FE1, and that was their first appearance. So you get Samson and Aaron. Well, in this game, you just get stat boosters, but hold on, I'm on a train of thought right now. I think I'm about to blow this conspiracy wide open. Wow, that's a hell of a coincidence that you have a choice, and they spawn right next to each other, Samson, Aaron. I don't know, it's Samson, not Sam Us, so I know, probably not a reference, but... I don't know, I accidentally said Samus instead of Samson, so then I lost my train of thought there, but pretty much, it's just kind of the same exact gameplay flow, but more frustrating because of the ballistae, so you're cuck. This map, again, unlike this map, which is a rehash, actually introduces an interesting gimmick. Unlike FE11, there are reinforcements, and because of the actual, design of the map from FE1, it actually coincidentally creates for a really fun reinforcement situation. So this room will not open up until Thieves reach this chest, so it gives you a fun little incentive. Maybe warp if you're on Maniac and below to block a unit. You get Astram on this map, but who fucking cares? And the reinforcements, because of the way the map is, you can actually skirt them around. You can like have a unit purposefully wait like just right outside of the range of the reinforcements. And just kind of skirt them around the outskirts. You gotta stop the thieves before they get the sphere, obviously. So you have to have, like, a part of your army split up to go this way, a part of your army to split up to go this way. You have to split up your army a bit if you want to complete all the objectives. Maybe you have some guys to hold off these guys, and it's overall a really well-executed map. Another really good castle map, actually. Put it here. You have to talk to Katarina 3 times, thereby forcing you to use in a new staff if you want to do it without getting shit on. Honestly, when I found out her recruitment requirements and how tough the enemies were on this map, I just kind of like fucking killed her. And if you don't recruit Katarina, it's just a one-turn map because it's like a 2x2 map with like 5 enemies. It's just annoying. It's just a hassle. It's just not good. I'll put it above the Legion map since it's only cucking Katarina. And I don't give a shit about her. My boy Legion got done dirtier. Again, another map from FE11 with an interesting gimmick. You gotta spare the Gross soldiers. I mean, it's alright. I mean, like, there's nothing too spectacular going on here. I mean, it's not really a gimmick you have to engage with. Like, with this map, it's just kind of, you have to engage with the Thief gimmick, because if you're unprepared, it will fuck you in the ass. But with the Gross soldiers thing, you just kind of don't attack them, and that's it. Like, there's no really strategic thing to it. And then you just get Shima. And your reward for passing up on that free EXP is a unit with 8 strength, like, right before you're about to beat the game. Awesome possum. And, there's a little funny Easter egg, though, where if you kill a Gross soldier after you join Shima, she will betray you, and that's not a thing in FE3, so, you know, just for that funny little Easter egg alone, it's just really fucking funny. I'll put it in its good tier. I love it when maps have small details like that. Like, FE3 houses maps fucking suck, and they don't have small details at all, because they're all just generic bland reused maps, but there is one where if you have Dorothea go over to her old opera house, she'll actually get a battalion because she used to work there. So I just think stuff like that's really funny, like small little map details. FE4 probably has the most of those, probably. But yeah, I'll put it above Mad just because of that funny little thing. It's a funny little thing, funny little detail, but I appreciate it. And, let's see. This map, I think it's really good. It's a small map, but you're really pressured to make the most out of the amount of time you have, because there's the Wolf Guard, who won't fuck you up, but their boys will fuck you up, common theme with FE12 enemies like Astram. And I think, are the Draco reinforcements in FE12? I don't think they are, but let's see. FE12, Fire, Emblem Wad. Let's see. Let's see, Fire Emblem New Mystery, Capitulo 19. Oh no, this is 18. Okay, no, there are no Draco reinforcements in this version, so this is actually one of the instances where they toned down the map. But yeah, you really want to make the most of your time on this map, because so you gotta stop the 4 Paladins, so Marth can get the whatever sphere, you gotta hold off these guys. Like, it's a small map, it's a bite-sized experience, you're probably gonna beat it in like 2 seconds. But the amount of planning that goes into it is pretty fun, like, Actually, I'd say it's just comparable to the Riz map. It's the Riz map on a bigger scale, pretty much. And oh my god, we're on chapter 19. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know how I rated the Xavier map highly in my Thracia tier list because it was a hard recruit, but it was optional, and you got a good character out of it, and it was so much fun. This map had the brilliant, Chapter 19, Final Battle had the brilliant, astounding idea, truly godly idea to make it so you have to go through all the effort and all of the ambush spawns that spawn from bullshit locations, and all the ballista, so you can get Violend, and Wolf, and Sedgar, and Rocher, who get one-rounded by every single enemy in the game from this point forward. It's especially disappointing considering how cool Wolf and Sedgar were in FE11. And the map in general just has so much swarm spam, so much ballista spam, makes turtling kind of the optimal strategy, unless you're willing to use rescue stabs to get Marth like an extra turn, so he can actually seize. And the whole process of just recruiting the Wolf Guard, and even if you don't recruit the Wolf Guard, the map is just so fucking tumorous, and not good, and infuriating, and oh my god, Look up, like, turn 4 on YouTube if you haven't seen it. It's a video where just a million trillion Draco Knights just spawn in one turn. From the mountains, there's no forts or anything, they just kind of appear randomly, and... oh my god. Oh my god, this map. When this is all said and done, I'm probably going to make a top 10 worst FE map list for this series, because maybe top 10 maps, and then top 10 worst maps once I've ranked and tiered all the maps, but this map, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Actually, you know what? Oh my god. Oh my god, at least this map is just kind of boring. This map is actually offensive to me, personally. This map, it's alright. It's alright. I mean, like... yeah. The confrontation with Harden is cool. I'm gonna close my door real quick. Alright. The confrontation with Harden is cool. But like... I think it can be... it kind of forces you to go quickly, which I usually like, but I think it forces your hand a bit too much. Because if you get caught between the reinforcements, you are kind of just, like, literally fucked. There are ways to survive it, like in my PMU, I used Nosferatu Cecil to hold him off. But if you don't have, like, something cheap like that, you're gonna want to kill Harden the second you enter his range. So you pretty much are semi-forced to go through the treasure room. And again, it's kind of just swarm hell, which is kind of annoying. Like, there's treasure up here that you can ignore, but it's the brave weapons. So I guess there is some optional side content you can go for if you want hard stuff. But you can just kind of use the unlock staff to kind of cheese that and ignore it. And then there's Harden himself. He's a pretty fun boss. Really love his theme. You're pretty much forced to kill him quickly. Otherwise, his reinforcements will butt-touch you. Especially on higher difficulties. And they come from behind, too. I had to use fucking... oh my god, you gotta watch my FE12 PMU. You bellow! You bellow! The bellow is the real hero of this map with his, like, capped defense by this point, I think. And, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's fun. Like, you have to outrun the reinforcements. There's fun optional side treasure to get, but you can cheese getting it. Like... yeah, I mean... I don't know, I guess I have fun playing it. I'll put it around here, honestly. Fog of War, Meteor Tome, Longbow. Sick. Alright. This map, I kinda don't like how fast you have to go. Because obviously thieves, stealing treasure, going fast, that's a thing in Fire Emblem since the dawn of time. But in this, they kind of go a bit too fast, I think. Because, they spawn here, what you want to get is right here, and you are essentially soft-locked if you miss this item, so don't miss that item. So I think that's really annoying, like, I don't know. 12 move wyverns or whatever. Actually, do the wyverns spawn on the mountain in this version? Because that was really annoying in FE3. Let's see. No, actually, let's see. Okay, so... flying dragons... wait, so it says... when you cross the yellow line, it repeats 2 turns later to 1 flying dragon from the red zone fort. Okay, so, you can actually... in FE3 it was really annoying, they just randomly spawned on the mountains, so they removed that in this game, which is fun. Where to actually put it? I don't know why they fucking reversed the decision in Chapter 19, though, to just have... it's like, that map didn't have annoying, stupid reinforcements. But then they added them. But then this map, they got rid of the stupid, annoying reinforcements. So, I guess it's like the Arbiter said in Halo 3, we trade one villain for another. But, like, yeah, I mean, it's fun. The flying dragons are fun. You kind of have to move swiftly if you want to get the thing, or if you're a lunatic and below, you can use the warp staff. But I'm gonna dock points from it, because if you don't get the item, you're soft-locked, and that's just kind of a dick move, considering how deadly the flying dragons are, so you kind of have to push against an overwhelming current if you want to get Starlight. And I feel like if you're gonna essentially soft-lock to the player if they don't get an item, it should be a bit, maybe, easier to actually get that item and not fail at the objective. I've never actually gotten Mikalis. I think there's like a secret way you can get him, but I've never done it. But, like, I'm putting it at the top of the map. I'm docking points for potentially losing out on Starlight, honestly. I'm docking points for that. Because in FE12, in FE11, it's still feasible. You can just, like, walk past Garneth if you don't have Starlight, you know? But in this game, he is on the throne, one. He moves off it, but then he's in a narrow choke point hallway. So, like, if you want to actually get past him, you have to sack, like, 3 units. And this map, I think it's actually really fun. The reinforcements are timely, and it's a really fun sequence to actually... So, like, once you open this door, it's on, like, Donkey Kong, because there are a bunch of enemies, so you pretty much have to make an entire plan and strategy to, like, one turn the room once you get into it, and I think planning and executing that is very fun. And the reinforcements come from the sides, kind of, but they come late enough. They come on turn 12. And there's a save point right here, yeah. So, like, there's a save point right here, so if you fail in your plan, you can kind of just redo it immediately. So again, I do like maps when they have very convenient save point locations. And just the whole ascent, enemies coming from the sides, like, the layout is clever because you're moving up, but the enemies are coming from the sides, so you kind of have to have, like, choke point guys and stuff work it out. It's kind of fun. I'd say it's fun in a similar way to the Lang map, actually, but I think it's a bit more fun than the Lang map. This map, fun if you have Starlight. Again, you have to be very precise, very critical with your movements, because dragons will start spawning, but your army, assuming you've trained them well, has enough movement to outrun them a bit. The Garneth fight is fun, keyword if you have Starlight. Again, and you need to beat Garneth to get Falchion, because if you don't have Falchion, good fucking luck unless you have, like, a capped Katarina. Yeah, again, the rush is fun, there are meteor guys, but they're locked in little shadow boxes right here. I do think it's a bit annoying how, in higher difficulties, they just remove the hammer and staff, essentially. I mean, like, the staff that revives you, whatever, from these rooms, because they remove warp, and you need to warp to get to the items, and then it's just, you can't get them anymore, so they just serve no purpose on higher difficulties, so I am docking points for that. But yeah, the meteor guys, they're positioned so they're not dickish, but you have to position your guys carefully, which is how I think, like, Siege Tome guys should be done. So overall, Fire Emblem 12 has a very strong endgame segment until you get to the actual endgame. And then, like, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it, what I like about the map. Going up here is fun because you have to, like, carefully position your guys to take out all the enemies before you attack Garneth, and there are Meteor Tome guys there, so you have to, like, draw attention and make sure you don't survive. So overall, I'd say it's actually a fairly well-designed map. Kind of have more fun playing it and executing it than this map, honestly. And then I made a whole video about this, why this map is shit. It has 30,000 views. You've probably seen it. You've probably seen it. You have probably seen it. Go watch it if you haven't. I give a full explanation on why it's shit there. I'm not repeating myself. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Fire Emblem 12 map tier list. A lot of maps in the cuckold tier, I'm not gonna lie. Again, it made this map, this game is such a fucking mixed bag, oh my god. It made a lot of maps, like, here, that dramatically improved on the difficulty, the complexity, the thought, the strategy you have to put into it, in a good and healthy way from FE3, and then they made maps like this, where I just want to blow my brains out. And this one, that kind of sucked the soul out of it. So would I say you should play FE12 over FE3? Yes. But should you play FE3 after it? Yes. The games are two completely, wildly different, despite the fact they have the same content, that, like, they both need to be seen to be believed. I still think FE12 is better, but I won't lie, it made some decisions that make me want to kill it. Very surprising they went from this to Awakening. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I will be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.